So he was working in a corporate for more than 20 years as a trainer, international training for Karnataka, entire Karnataka. And then for working for you, he resigned that job and was a coordinator for school value education program, value education program, developed curriculum for some standards. And he was the coordinator for that for Karnataka and Kerala, where he used to go to cities, towns, and then review the program, train the teachers. So he was doing those. He was doing that for 2.5 years. And after that, to focus, so that was for school children. So he wanted to focus more on youth, more PU plus after first PU, second college. He wanted to focus on youth, and so he resigned that position, and now he's a freelance trainer and conducts a lot of programs for youth all over Karnataka mainly. And almost he's giving talks like this for almost 15 to 20 days in a month, and rest of the time he's preparing for it. So his entire life is given for training towards value. So I welcome Sri Ramesh Umarani. Yeah, there. So this much freedom I need. Namaste, 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 namo namo. Om Namah Shivaya, Vivekananda, Sudhaya, Swami Apahari. And all my dear friends who are going to be a part of this wonderful program in upskilling yourself as the very name, Unnati, journey of yours to upskill and travel, like just I was reading, stand tall, but not in the society, in your life. Today's program is on values, and the topic is disciplines through values. 90% of the time in our life, words. ಆ ಪದಗಳ ಅರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ follow Kannada. How many of you don't follow Kannada? This will be a way for you to learn Kannada. I use very lately. Values ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳು ಹಾಗಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What does that mean? If I ask, most of us will not be able to answer. So, whole life goes like this. We don't know what we are doing. And by the time we realize what I'm doing was not what I really wanted to do, life journey is almost, okay, next stop, where we are supposed to get down. Our energy, talent have gone. This program will not just make you successful, it will make your life meaningful. The very purpose of education has been wrongly communicated to parents, society, education system. Even if I ask you, why did you got educated? Say, I was in a program for 10th standard students. I was doing good college. Then, medical, MBA, so many other things. Then, campus. Then, slowly they started shining. Marriage. Rest of the disasters will keep happening by themselves.
If you put your first button wrong, I promise you in the name of your Lord, rest of the circus, whatever you do, goes wrong. Youths, only that is. After that, what? They don't know what really education, don't know what values are. I appreciate today's younger generation. The spirit of fighting is also there. But let me tell you, all that spirit, all that strength, you require not even 1/10 of that to achieve your goal, to get a job. And many a time, uneducated or illiterate person will employ doctorates. It will be such a situation for you. The moment you come to know who is paying salary for you was not even 10th pass. And you did a doctorate, he moves in Benz Mercedes and you are paying EMI for just Maruti 800 or an hour. So that's the reason. If you understand what really education is, don't think that your education is over once you are out of the college. So what really makes the difference is the values. And since it's a training workshop, I'll be interacting and cooperate as I can't move from there, except here and there, so that I can understand and I can manage my thought coming at the wavelength of your level and have you out of this room. You should have the clarity for what 2 hours you invest in education. It's not a small thing. And you are invest. Now, each one of you, just if I had to ask you, what according to you are values? You need to just tell me, what is your understanding of values? ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ, ಹಿಂದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ, ಏನೋ 3 ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು. I come, please raise the hand. I mean value or valuing the time? Yes, you mean to say punctuality. Huh? Fair. Huh. Responsibility. Responsibility is a value. Respect is a value. My question is, what are values? Your answer is correct. My question is wrong. Please answer to my question. आप जो भी बता रहे हो वो सही है, लेकिन मेरा सवाल वो नहीं. मेरा सवाल है, मौल्य का मतलब होता क्या है? Do you understand my values? Some says today's values are completely, some says values are important. But what is value? Is that something which comes only when your hair turns grey? No. Yeah. What's values, sir? Okay. Responsibility and yeah, please participate. So today we are in a cut-paste copy scenario and Ramana use different answer. Even if your answer was same in the mind, say something else. Humility. Oh, fair. I will not tell you what exactly is values. I'll just demonstrate. You will understand. The biggest thing is in life to understand. The vocabulary comes only when you understand. Without understanding, if you are trying to use the word, it doesn't do meaning, and you will not be in a position to enjoy it. Just take an example. Not new, but it is Veena. So participate. Veena, when you cook my iಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ, cook my ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರ ಅಥವಾ ಇವತ್ತು ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರ? ಯಾವಾಗ? Veena, ನೀವು ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ಆಚೆ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೋ ಒಂದು ದಿನ you will realize that you forgot to keep ಕುಂಕುಮ. Just you are 2 yards from your home. You realize or you discover that you cannot get that. What you will do? Kunkuma ilene hogtiro. What is that you will do? You will come back. Or what is that you will do? Or you will search for kunkuma and keep and go. What is that you will do? You will come back to the home, cook it, and then you cook. Without kunkuma you will not. Okay. How many of you are vegetarians? Sir, I'm not asking why and all. I'm just to make a demo. How many of you are vegetarians? Okay. Jyoti. Jyoti, why are you vegetarian? Fine. That's the childhood. Now you move out. Say, for example, after the program, they are going to offer you wonderful non-veg dishes. Your father is not there, mother is not there, family members are not there. Still, you are vegetarian. Why? It answer with it. How many of you are non-vegetarians? Yeah, fine. Now, my next question for the non-vegetarians. How many of you are vegetarians on a specific day of a week? You are non-vegetarian, but on a specific day of a week, ಅವತ್ತು ನೀವು ನಾನ್ ವೆಜ್ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂಥವ್ರು ಯಾರು? Yeah, fine, fine. Yeah, what's your name? Rani. Yeah, Rani. Rani, which days you don't take non-veg? Friday and Saturday. Now, to you, Jyoti. You came to a program or college somewhere for the work you went, and that day you forgot to carry your lunch box. And you are hungry in that locality. You have two restaurants, and in both the restaurants, only non-veg food is available. Jyoti, what will you do? Start on that day, or you will not? You will not eat. ಉಪವಾಸ ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ನೀವು ಆ ದಿನ ನೀವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ತಪ್ಪೇನಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ? I'm not again promoting either veg or non-veg. She is prepared to starve. ಉಪವಾಸ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತಯಾರಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಹೊತ್ತು she will not take non-veg. Ma'am, for you. On Friday, the same situation happens. You have come out and you forgot to carry, and there only non-veg restaurant is there. So on a Friday, non-veg food alone is there, veg food is not there. What will you do? You will compromise and eat non-veg, or you will fast for that day? You will fast for that day. See, for Jyoti, it's quite natural because ಇದಾಗಲಿಂದಲೂ ಬರೀ ಅನ್ನ ಮೊಸರನ್ನ ತಿಳಿಸಾರು ಉಪ್ಪಿನಕಾಯಿ ತಿಂದು her body is adjusted. She can't even think of non-veg because by birth she has come. It's okay. Minister will explain to her. Now, in Rani's case, her system accepts. She has tasted it. She can digest it, and it's not a new thing to her. If you say in a week there are 7 days, out of 7 days, 5 days she takes non-veg, but on a Friday, if non-veg is there and veg is not there, she no way different from Jyoti, and she says, I will also starve, but I will not take non-veg. Why? You can take that. She's an extreme rice person case. In your case, you can take that. You will not take. I will not force you to take. Okay, you will not take. To give you answer, if I ask why ma'am will not come out without keeping, why she will starve, even though non-veg food is available, and even though Rani is non-vegetarian, on that day she will starve, but she will not take non-veg. If I ask you why, you don't know. The only answer is because you value it. Now you don't know the definition, but you know the meaning. This is all education. We don't know for what we are procuring education. Okay, now why she keeps? It's not somebody. ಯಾರೋ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅವಳು ಕುಂಕುಮ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. I'm sure ಮಲಗಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅದು ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. I mean anybody. If you ask me also, why? There is no why. I value it. She values remaining a Christian, not because your family are good. I will show you many Orthodox people from that particular family. They eat non-veg. It doesn't mean that their parents are not told. It's not just for the family because you value it. And Rani, being a non-vegetarian, on those 2 days, she is a staunch vegetarian. Why? Because she values it. It's not because somebody forced you or doing. All right? See, this is how in the life, how and important values are, but never we have studied a single topic right from our LKG to whatever stupid academics they have ever got. Life topics have never been taught. Why somebody says sorry, why sir has dressed like this, why your behavior is like this, why you go down to somebody, why you respect to somebody. Everything what you do is the culmination of the values that you live it into. Now, just look, I have tried to put it in few words if somebody asks as a definition. Values are set of beliefs of an individual or organization which guide and shape our priorities and reactions. It's so important. Now, if you ask me why, it's nothing. The answer is it's a set of beliefs. Nobody can question on that. It's a set of beliefs. Why you go for a particular tradition? Why particular shirt? Why particular everything? If you ask, they are your set of beliefs. You should know that I am practicing this because I like it, I love it, and they help me. And the next thing is, even if you get to the organization levels also, there are certain organizations, there are practices. Why? Simply they are the values. These things will guide and shape our priorities and reactions. Now, Rani, what is the best non-veg dish you like? Chicken chili. Okay. And I'm sure if chicken is there in the queue, you will do all the physical exercise to see that you are ahead of the queue and you will grab it, right? Now, Rani, on Friday, I will offer you wonderful chicken. Will you accept? No. Now you look here, what I'm saying the point. This will guide and shape our priorities. On the other days, chicken is her priority, but on a Friday, chicken is not the least priority, it's the falling priority list at all. And if I further force her, I don't, today's chicken is something really great, then she may react to me. How many times I have to tell you today I will not take? So an individual priorities and the reactions are directly proportionate to the values that you live. But unfortunately, we don't know what our values are. Nor the parents are being taught right from the childhood. So before you sleep today, you make a wonderful exercise. Knowingly or unknowingly, you practice and you have values. And what happens? Why you get sometimes disturbed and all? I will come a little later. Now, this part, are you all clear? Know your value. Don't try to know my value. Don't try to ask somebody, why do you keep, why do you wear sari only, why do you wear this kind of set, why are you like this, why do you leave your footwear there? Don't ask anybody any because knowingly or unknowingly they are the values. So words you can express in a different way and you can form a definition, but very importantly, now you know what's the values the language. Now, the most important thing is how to be less stressful and more productive. Today, everybody, including the kindergarten child, he says tension or I'm under stress. Teachers, students, homemaker, farmer, everybody under the stress. And the second thing is today the society and the lifestyle requires for us to be more productive. How we can be less stressful and more productive? Are you interested to know? Our lives can become less stressful and more productive when we acknowledge our personal values. I have worked for 23 years under all different kind of human beings where some of them were nowhere less than any brutes. For 23 years, I worked in two sectors, one pharma and one life insurance. Around me, 90% of the people were boozers, smokers. Food is a different thing. I don't talk on that. Then if you ask me, sir, being 23 years with such kind of people, I am a non-smoker. I have never tasted a drop of alcohol. If you ask me why, oh, how great, sir, it's nothing like great or not great. I value. What is the value? Be non-alcoholic. I value to be as a non-smoker. So somebody will say the surroundings, the atmosphere. No, sir, when everybody drinks, how I can say that's not the answer. Sir, when everybody takes the bribe, how I can say no. Later on, I'll come to that also. My dear friends, you practice only your values. Not your value, you compromise with. So know your values. And what happens is something is your value, and when you don't perform it, stress comes into the place. Stress is not something which comes only by the work. Stress is something, a constant struggle between your higher priorities and the lower priorities, or between your values. Should I compromise or should I not compromise? Somebody may have a tremendous stress if he leaves the home without doing morning rituals. I'm one among them. If my rituals gets affected, my wife knows very well that today better let me not talk to him. Nothing wrong has gone. It's not official work or something. Because what are your values? When you do them, you will be less stressed and you will be more productive. Why? Because more the stress, lesser the productivity. Now, why values are important? I'm sure, I think I have heard and I have read Unnati is today the most preferred manpower supplier to various organizations. Preferred one. Why? Then I learned that the students, the youths who are being funded after being upskilled and trained here, they are doing very well. But the reason is something different, not just to the skills alone. Now I am asking you, why values are important? I'll ask Rani, what's wrong, Rani, if you eat a wonderful chicken on a Friday? Something you started long back when you were a student. Now you are grown up. You know that it is your value. I am asking you, why values are important? Yeah, somebody? But participate, please. This is not a lecture room. Why values are important? Anybody can participate. ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳು ಯಾರು ಬೇಕು? Correct. How that will help you to succeed in the life? ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳಿಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತದ್ದು ವೈ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದದ್ದು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ? ಯಾಕೆ ಅದು ಹಿಂದೆ ಬದುಕೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ? ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ಆರ್ ಅಹೆಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಸ್. Correct. Why they are important? I think I'm extra figuring for the participant. Please raise the hand. You will move the question. You, Raja, Samaj will not be any value otherwise. Listen. Well, I'm not. Who is your chief minister? Who is the chief minister? Now the one who got the best marks, now who one got the next best marks, the least marks is ruling the state. Okay, otherwise you will get triggered. I need to be very careful on the speed limits. Good. Why values are important? ಮನಸ್ಸಿಗೆ ಖುಷಿ ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಜೀವನ, ಕರಿಯರು, ಸಮಾಜ, ಸ್ಥಾನ, ಮಾನ, ಉನ್ನತಿ. And you should know why. Then only you will practice. If you don't know the importance of this, you will never practice. That's the reason I'm asking the question. Somebody raise that. Why values are important? Look at me. I'm just so well. Give. ಯಾಕೆ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳು ಯಾಕೆ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ? ಯಾಕೆ? The moment you know, I left my job, including my family members, they felt that all these days we are thinking this guy is maybe little mad. Now it is confirmed he is mad. Everybody wants education, good job, multinational company, everything he has. He wants to quit job and do society, that, this, in this work. No. Nobody supports. But I came. Why? Because I had an answer why I am. It's not convincing others. You need to be convinced. Satisfaction. Now, look at that. Our values are important because they help us to grow and develop. Everybody wants to grow, yes or no? Yes. and everybody wants to develop also. Once you want a job, then your career development needs to happen. So values are so important even in the corporate world or in your professional life. They will help you to grow. You come on time to office. That's one of your value. And because of that value, the hierarchy may understand, yeah, I think this guy is a material for further promotion because he has time sense. So these values, why we have to practice? Because they help us to grow and develop. The decisions we make are the reflection of our values and the beliefs. This is very, very important. Why I remained vegetarian, why I remained a non-smoker, I'm talking with respect to the personal values. Or even if you take later on, I'll come to the professional values also. These make, whenever we reflect in our life anything, if you go behind the screen, he is behaving based on the values and the beliefs that he has. So important. For example, one day so happened, I was a post bachelor in Bangalore and my family was still in Dharwad. On that day, I could not get water and I had to go with, I had to take bath. There was no water and I was alone. And my owner was also not there. So I had to go to office without bath. And nobody will come to know why because there are so many wonderful perfumes. Maybe that's the reason the market is going up. Huh? So what I thought was, now what's the alternate? Just I went and I brought a big mineral water can of 20 liters, 25 liters. I poured to the bucket. I had bath and I cleaned. It's not for anything. It's because taking bath is so value. And for most of them, others will not come to know. Just use and go it. Let's remember the reflection of your personality is always on the values. Nobody can question it why. If I don't do it, I'll end up with a stress. Why? Because all the time I am thinking that today I have not kept one of my values. That value can be puja, that value can be soul, that value can be bath, anything else. So why values are important? If at all you want to grow, every human beings want to grow and develop. Values are must. And the next thing is the decisions. How people make the decision. If you ask me, a lot of my classmates, friends, how did you get this courage? One of my friend Gokuji is also with me. The way I have struggled to know, how did you make? I'm the only earning person in my family. Means my better half is a homemaker. Long back she resigned from the job and I have children to take care. I'm quitting that. I'm taking this decision. How we can make such a decision? Others will be shouting in the life. I was for the simple reason, my decision was the reflection of the values and my beliefs. I have grown by taking Swami Vivekananda ideas. I have succeeded in the corporate world. Today's youth are miserably suffering and they are chasing the wrong things which are not true. I should do something to the youth of my country. Thereby, if youth is strengthened, if the youth is enabled, if the youth is equipped to face the challenges of their life, I think I am doing the great service to my country. In the border, our soldiers are protecting, and within they are dying helplessly. So this is the way. So my decision was the reflection of the values and my beliefs. And if your decision is devoid of these, just somebody tutored you, do this, do that, you will get more money, you will get that, you will get this, then what will happen? You are gone. Your decision, you will not stick on to your decision. That's the reason people always make decisions, but they are not responsible for the outcome of the decision. Remember, not that's it. Now, when you take a responsibility, why don't you deliver? You will say, sir, market was like this. Sir, recession happened. Sir, Bangalore is in traffic. So many reasons we give. I had been asked to reach at a particular time. This is the first time I'm traveling to this particular location. And I reached 3 minutes before time. Not because to impress anybody. One of my value. You will try to be on time on an interview day and you will be late. Why? Because that was not your value. So remember, why values? If at all you want to grow and develop, values are must. And second thing is, if your decisions need to be concrete in your life, and it is the reflection of your values. Most important. Now, I'll speak something on values and conflict. There are two things. One is values and the second thing is conflict. When our personal values are dismissed in action, mind is in conflict stage. You need to understand whether you know or you don't know, you have some of your personal values. And when you don't leave those personal values, if at all I have to make a Rani, I'll be taking repeated your example, unhappy, what I will do her is, today is not Friday, you are confused, there is no calendar around, today is Thursday, you eat chicken, and later on she discovers that it is Friday. What will happen, Rani? You will be happy? She will be totally unhappy, confused. Why? Because her personal value was just on that particular day. So remember, then the mind is in a conflict stage. The outcome is guilt. It has happened maybe in your life. You went to the school, you didn't enter school or college. You came back home in the evening, your Amma will ask, alright. She opens her tiffin box and says, you are not taken completely. She will find on your face itself that something has gone wrong and you keep saying, no, Amma, everything is fine. How was your college? Your own mind is not accepting your lies. Why it is not accepting means, since it was your value not to tell a lie to your mother, and first time you are telling a lie to your mother and you are in a conflict stage, and that conflict will reflect you as a guilt. I lied to my mother. You can apply this to any phase. Even, as a father, when my daughter asked something and on the way when I forgot to get her, I said, no, Kanda, there was traffic and there was no U-turn. I could not go to the shop. All the drama when I was doing, and she only told me once, being small, I said, Papa, just see you forgot now. You don't know how to tell lie. And let me tell you, I was caught. Because I am probably, she knows that I'm lying. Just you could not make it. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಮ್ಮ ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳ ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಮನಸ್ಸು ನಮ್ಮ ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳ ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬ. ನಾವು ಸುಳ್ಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬ ಆ ಕನ್ನಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಕ್ತವಾಗ್ತದೆ. ನೀವು ಅಂದವಾಗಿರ್ದೇನೆ ಕನ್ನಡಿ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಲುಕ್ ನೈಸ್. ವೈ? ಬಿಕಾಸ್ you are not dressed well, and if you are looking so beautiful, I am looking, you are not looking beautiful, you are dressed beautifully, you are looking. So mind is the mirror. So remember from this particular point of view why guilt comes, and if you trace it and if you take the necessary measures well in advance, and 90% of the time you will be overcome on this. Now next thing, as a student, remember student means not only in the school. Knowledge will not take place when you listen to a teacher or you read in a conflict state of mind. When your mind is in a conflict condition, whatever you do, it will be far below your standards. Even just one conversation or attracting a mail or just typing a message, you will so many times you will erase. Why? Because the knowledge is not happening. It is just like that. There is a water. You have dropped a stone and there is ripples. Try to see your face. You don't have a clear reflection. 5 minutes earlier to that, you had a clear reflection. Those ripples is what? Disturbance. So in conflict state, the mind is disturbed. Whatever you do in the life is much below your standards. And remember why conflict has happened. 90% of the times, it is because we didn't our values. Sometimes morning your boss asks, most of you are working now, कितना करेगा आज? क्या धंधा करेगा आज? आपको पता है 2 लाख से ज्यादा नहीं होगा. आप तो कमिट कर दिया क्या? 5 लाख. While you are saying 5, your boss will say, पता है कितना करेगा उतना ही बोलो. The moment you say 5 lakhs, he'll say you will not do this. Then you will next attempt you will say, नहीं sir, 3 तो होगा. I'll try for 5. You know this will not happen. That is not the cause of the conflict. Your value is not to lie. Your value is commit what I can do. But since there is external pressure, you keep on saying you will do more and you will end up less. But let me tell you, make people to adjust for your principles. Over a period of time, when you end up with 2 lakhs, when you said 5, boss, this is my style of working. Please don't force me. I cannot go beyond this. So whenever you take a commitment from me, please accept what I give. If I say 2, I will do it. There are some people, they will say they will do 10. At the end of the day, they will not even do 1 for me. So I am better. Don't try to spoil me. Why? Because I value my values. When you say, most of them, at least in my experience, they were tuned to my principles, and this will help you to be less stressful and more productive. You have to roar. ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ says na ಸಿಂಹ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಪಡೆದಂತ ಯುವಕ ಯುವತಿ ಪುರುಷ ಸಿಂಹಿಣಿಯರಾಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. You have to roar. You should have the guts to say, I know how to achieve my target. That's the one. I have split, I have worked. The more you commit and deliver, I'm sure nobody is going to touch you. And for the simple reason is the world's policy is squeeze maximum from the person where he can deliver more. He is also helpless. So if you know what are your values, and if you also make to understand your values to the people around you, it can be your family and it can be the society where you are working. Things can be great. And on that particular day, the second aspect which I have underlined, knowledge, if at all it has to take place, please remember, you need to be in a non-conflict state. Student sits in the class, same teacher is delivering. One comes rank, another fails. Why? Because most of the time, the student is attending in a conflict state of the mind. Attendance is 100%, and learning has not. From this particular perspective, if you don't think that I'm intelligent, you are unintelligent. Somebody is brilliant. No. If they know this is that's the spiritual background. This spirituality needs to come in the field of education. And once this comes, our Gurukula education system was Guru Grahavasa, what Vivekananda says. They are sitting in front of the Guru and they are learning just not the secular knowledge and spiritual knowledge. And somebody who is the embodiment of the values, what he or she is teaching or preaching. If somebody tells me to get up at 5 o'clock and if he is getting at 7 o'clock, will I get up? No. So values becomes important to others only when I practice them, and it's a life journey, not overnight. If at all you want to develop more skills, my dear friends, anywhere you attend any training or any class, your mind should be in a non-conflict condition. A lot of people pay and attend so many training programs, paying 10,000, 20,000, and every 5 minutes they will be taking mobile and running away. I saw one Bhagavad Gita class, sorry, Paramatma Jivan, and now I was attending, and next to me, all of 50 minutes that fellow is in the WhatsApp going nowhere. Then I said, finally, I could end of the session, get your productive time, and you disturb others also. So I can't miss Swamiji's class. But what are you doing here? No, sir. One get, then put it off. No, sir, they will not keep quiet. Then get lost. जो भी कबूता ना घर का ना घाट का, उधर भी नहीं इधर भी नहीं. So why he is not able to take decision? He is not clear about his values. I want this. Have the job. And see later on, did you have courage? Or no, my job is more important. Let me learn Bhagavad Gita later on. Well, at least you succeed there. 10 years later, you may come back here. So please remember, whenever you make the decision, have the clarity that what are my values? Why you will fast? Why Rani will fast on a Friday? She is very clear. Today I am this. Yeah. Today I am as staunch as some orthodox vegetarian. It's no very different. So that's the reason you are able to make your decisions. And knowledge if it has to happen, your mind needs to be in a non-conflict state. When conflict comes, when you don't live your values on that particular day, why I wasted drinking water for a bath? For me, that was the water, because for me, bath was more important than drinking the water. So that's the reason. What is your values? If you are very clear about that, you will be quick in making the decisions. More quick you are in making the decisions, you will be responsible for the outcome of your decisions, and your growth will be your as well as horizontal, whatever you say. Now, we will look into the types of values. Today's session should help you for a lifelong journey. Not only you got upskilled from Unnati and you will work for some years, no. Till the end of your life, this should help. Basically, there are 3 types of values. One, personal values, followed by professional values, and the third one is, man is called as what animal? Social. So there are social values, and most importantly for the educated person. Quickly take 30 seconds. I'll ask randomly. You need to tell me what are your personal values. And you will find it so difficult to tell why. Because now, madam will think that, oh, I don't know what will happen. And now, every Friday, she may forget the chicken and she may forget veg. She will not forget me. Why? Because Friday has become so popular. Now, my simple question is I will be asking you, what are your personal values? Personal means don't think that kind of personal. The things which you can't live that day without that particular value. For example, I will give one so that it will be very easy for you to answer. Personal values. Without bath, post 4 a.m., I don't start from my home. That's mine. It's nothing to do with anybody, nor in the company they are going to ask, did you take the bath and come? No, they will not ask. Nor a traffic police will ask, you had your bath. It is nobody's bother, nobody's business. One of my personal values, I don't move out of my home if I'm going before I mean at 4 a.m. onwards. Now, quickly, what's your personal? Tell me only one. One more question. Huh? Or you maintain rituals. Without that, you don't move out of your home. I'm happy you understand. Lot of people know the answer, but they don't read the question properly, and you don't get marks. That's the reason a lot of people who write supplements, they get less marks. You get 100 out of 100 in what single sheet is being given. Supplement is that you don't know how to taper your answers. Okay, fine. You understood the question. Yeah. Issue that illustrate. Okay, but will this value come to you throughout life? This is only to you. Now parents are there. You are telling, Amma, nanu oppartini. Correct? You are married. That's why you are telling. Huh? We are hinting you something. You can think on that. Huh? ये hinting में hinting को हेड आपको मुझे हेड किया. Think you don't have experience, na? She will tell, decide one. Either you tell your parents or me. What will you decide? Don't think because you go back. Fair. Fair. Fine. What's your personal value? You can't take so much of time to think. It is just like me asking, what's your name? You cannot say my name. My name. Huh? What's your personal value? Daily ಒಂದು ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಒಂದೇ ಲೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೊರಟು. ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ದು ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಹೇಳಿ. ಓದೋದು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು? ಓಕೆ, ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ. Personal value is that which comes right at the moment you know how to manage your nature crops. Think. What's your personal value? Daily you pray for the God. Think something different answer. You can say, that is my personal value. Correct? Think personal value. हिंदी. हाँ, आपका पर्सनल वैल्यू क्या होता है? मौल्य. एक चीज आप अगर 2 दिन नहीं किए तो आपको डिस्टर्बेंस लगेगा. आपके मम्मी से हर दिन आप बात करते हैं, दैट्स योर पर्सनल वैल्यू. पापा से नहीं करते. हम कह रहे हैं कि वो पार्टिसिपेशन. Okay, cleanliness wherever she is there, that's her personal value. Yep, fine. Don't mind. Think I come back with one time. Yeah. Somebody raised the hand there? Very good. Okay, she added on that. Without bath, she will not eat anything. Okay? So personal. Fine. So now you understand. Praise. Praise. Okay. Okay. Enough. I come. ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟ್ರಿಗರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ these practices are non-compromising and non-negotiating. The moment you are able to think, means from your 5, 6, 8, whatever age. Now all things which you said, you just see the description. These practices are non-compromising, right? Non-compromising, and they are non-negotiating. When I said for Rani on Friday, I am going to give a wonderful chicken, she said, no. Why? Because she is not ready to compromise. At the same time, no negotiation on that particular aspect. That's why it's her personal value. I brought a mineral water. Very rarely I get for drinking. I took a bath. Why? Because for the bath was a personal value, and it is non-compromising and it is non-negotiating. And one more, what all can fall under personal values? It can be the rituals. If you are an Islamic person, during the Ramadan time, you will not compromise. Of fasting, somebody cannot ask. So personal value. Don't think that being a Muslim during Ramadan fasting is society has not imposed it. You have accepted it as it has one of your values. Like that, followed by your customs, your practices. Third thing, your health. I'll ask a very small question. Don't answer. Why? Because I should not be demotivated by most of your answers. The question is, how many of you get up at least 5:30 in the morning and spend 45 minutes to 1 hour for your physical fitness? Don't answer, don't raise, answer to yourself. Now, I'm not appreciating 2 or 3 people who raise the hand, nor myself. So personal value for your health. If you value your health, you will do. Otherwise, right from childhood, parents, teachers, elders keep on doing, and one day you will land up with such a problem, being hospitalized for your health complication, and you understand what I read, a small proverb in my childhood: wealth is lost, nothing is lost, health is lost, something is lost, and finally character is lost, everything is lost. So you attest to those statements out of your experience. So if I say right from my 5th standard, I'm getting up at 5 o'clock and giving at least 45 minutes to 1 hour for the health. Why? Because I'm rich. I think of a great or non-great. Why you are sleeping? Because you don't value your health. It's not that you are bad. You don't value your health. You do only those practices if you value them. Think, do you really value your health? If not, have the necessary corrections. Then, study habits. I have seen so many teachers have stopped studying the moment they got their first appointment letter. Ade story, ade class, ade notes, ade remind. The students will get, the moment they see the teacher, they will come to know what he or she is going to talk. Why? Because they have not kept the habits. And remember, if you are reading, I read somewhere Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam never used to sleep, at least without reading for an hour or 2 every day, and he had nothing to achieve after reading, even after becoming people's president. Why? Because it's one of his value. You spend so much of money on so many things, but how many of you have spent at least 5 to 10% of your income on your personal development? 90% of them you don't. Why? So please have the necessary corrections. These values are the outcome of your convictions. Now, if you leave me, if I have 1 hour time, everybody knows if I am in the market and if nearby there is any books house, especially Sapna book house and all, there is 1 hour 45 minutes time, and if I am with my family, let's say you finish and come, where you will go? Like a drunkard will go to the place. Where I go straight away to the book house and I start searching that book, this book. Again, I find some books. Why? For the simple reason is these values are the outcome of your convictions. I believe the more I value the value, the more I practice, that gives me growth, That gives me development, that helps me to make the decisions, and that helps me to stay with the outcome of the decisions. That is, I am responsible for my decisions. Listen, you see, the moment you become responsible for your decisions, ಅರಿವೇ ಗುರು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಶಬ್ದ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಗುರುನೂ ಬೇಕಾಗುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಅಂತರ್ಯಾಮಿಯೇ ಗುರು ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? Because you are committed to the values. Now, the most important thing, I come to the professional values. So again, I will ask, you need to tell one professional value of you, not somebody else. Whom I have to start? Yeah. Keeping up time. Let's see, is it a personal value or a professional value? Means for office you will come on time, for temple you will not go on time. That's why I asked. Bhakta is not a professional. Correct? Professional, you understand what are your professional values? There are some values which will fall in both the category. I want you to be specific to talk on a professional. Okay, I'll give one of my values. Whenever I am delivering my sessions, workshops, wherever the place, whatever the time, whether it's a Sunday or a holiday, I dress formally the way I am dressed. Why, if you ask me? I am a teacher, I am a trainer. I believe it makes a lot of impact on the audience and it gives me more comfort. That's the reason I dress. I would also come on a t-shirt, torn jeans, curly hair, so many things. I didn't do that. Why? Because that's nowhere my value. Why I come like this is not Ramesh Umarani sir is something professional. You keep on talking so professional, so pakka. They're all very diluted words. This is for my professional value. I dress up like this. If I go to the temple, probably I may not dress like this. If I go to a farmhouse, I may not dress like this. So now you please tell me what's your professional value. Why? Because unless and until you don't have professional values, you will never ever grow in the profession. And if somebody is a homemaker, Grahini, she also will have professional values. She will say till the guests eat, I don't eat. It's a professional. Why? Because that's the way she is being brought up. Even though it is late, they will not take. If you have seen our customs, ಯಾವತ್ತು ತಾಯಿ ಇತರರಿಗಿಂತಲೂ ಮುಂಚೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನು ನೋಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಮಂತರಿದ್ರಿ. Many a times they serve, because most of the times in a month at least 8-10 days I have guest of somebody. And I see such a crorepati people when I go, when they call, when I'm at their home, they themselves, the servant, they will not allow the servant to serve. Why? Because it's a professional values. Because I'm the owner of this one, they are the guests, they have come, they will serve. So I have given enough inputs now. What's your professional value? Question is too simple. Yes, ma'am. Here, Amma says, at her age, at her responsibility, depending upon the people at the home, food always ready so that should not obstruct for their work. That's her professional value. Sometimes it may be 5 hours, sometimes it may be late night, somebody may come, that's her professional value. Look, the bigger Amma is participating. You are not even 1/4 of her age. Come participate. Your professional value. आपका एक professional value आप मुझे बताइए. So that I understand you understood or not, then I give the properties of the professional value. I told you 1 or 2 of mine and she said 1. Yeah. That's a judgmental statement. You say you are hardworking, you are married. Your husband says she is the most laziest lady on the earth. You want to know the statement? You don't know, huh? No, that's not for me. I'm see. Now degree ಓದಿದ್ದೀವಿ, post graduation ಓದಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ದೊಡ್ಡದು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, big things. So what I am doing for this, for contempt, my time, what went well, what didn't do, how, why. If you are successful, you should ask more questions. Why I am successful? Just to I promise you, somebody will celebrate and not you, and you will celebrate in a negative way. You should ask, why I am successful? Is it just by luck? Or is it out of two participants, one participant didn't come, ultimately I am the winner? One question in regards, why I? For last 2.5 decades I am into this. But today again, 40 minutes I have gone through the content. You ask me, so many people come, so much of time is being used, their money, energy, I have to make value for the time and the energy which they have spent. Well. Anything I tell, I am so competent to talk, anything I expect to ask, but still I do. Why? Because I am this work is a passion. By the grace of Vivekananda, I have grown and I am trying to infuse his ideas in a corporate way. Vivekananda need not be looked only as a saint. That's the last and the least thing one needs to do this nation. If you don't take him, you will never grow. Now quickly coming back. Please tell me. That's one of the attributes. You are hardworking. I'm talking, asking what's your professional level, what they madam said. To add little see now, madam, I teach you as a student only, madam. For tomorrow I'll give you. That's the reason, madam. I teach you this. See now, madam has a point to say, but she's struggling to come up with that point. That's the reason she is entering into a descriptive mode. She's unable to get that particular terminology. Okay. And the moment she said just integrity, I asked her to elaborate, but still struggling. Okay. And if you look into all this in one word, what's her professional value is? What's your professional value? I understand and hope you may attest it now. The moment I say you are loyal to yourself for the salary that you are getting. You are loyal, not to them. If I am paid 100 rupees, I am loyal for that 100 rupees. And it is not professional. Because today it can be company, it can be something else. So from this particular perspective, one of your professional values, you are loyal to yourself for the responsibility or your designation that is being assigned to you. Because job keeps on changing. You cannot do the clerical job when you have grown. What has been assigned to you, you are loyal to yourself. Only when you are loyal to yourself, the reflection is the management of the company. Are you with me? Yes. Anything else? You not in interview tell me one of your professional values. You have prepared so many files, so many question answers, DTP, so many things, and some stupid fellow like me starts interviewing. You will go mad. I will not ask whatever you have studied right from school till now. I'll ask something. If I get a right answer, I'll choose, and I'm highly successful as far as in retaining the employees. There was very least exit in my team for the simple reason the way I used to select the person was altogether different. Somebody said, I asked him from where you came in the interview. He said, I came from Yeshwanthpur to China. Just go on explaining life experience, the way he came from there to here. And he did that. I said, you are selected. Come and join tomorrow. Trust me, not like that. Direction correctly. Tomorrow, somebody will tell you to go and meet a customer. I'll say, towards your left, there's a bakery. Then you just go ahead. There are two crosses. I take first right, left. If I are able to follow what I am saying, then you say, sir, left means what? Which side left? If he gets confused, the customer is gone. You are not able to go and meet the customer. Entire time energy is wasted and customer mood is lost. He will shout, you may be a rank holder, but you don't have this confidence. So, my way of asking the questions, I am asking you to look professional. Okay, as far as now your dress code is concerned. But I want to know just what's your personality. I give so much clues now. Your personal values is reflected in your personality, but what is your personal, your professional value? That's your personal life. Sometimes they will overlap, but it's predominantly personal life. For example, yesterday, one of the head of the business head of that particular unit, he's 8 years. He sat out of my 2.5 hour program, he sat for 2 hours. Now his children have taken over the business. Nothing, but in the afternoon he sat for so much of enthusiasm. And he was participating. I used to say, no, and then keep quiet. Learning, they get reflected. Now I read Vivekananda, then when I'm in employment, I go deep into my job profile. But predominantly it's personal. Hope you're convinced. Yeah, quick. Of course. That you understood. Now the question is your personal life. Your right. But again, it may depend. Let's not go into all that. It becomes an intellectual gymnastic session. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನು ಈಗ ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಐ ಆಮ್ ಲಾಯರ್ then madam said food because she is a granny food in my family I am professional so that everybody what time they want to do like that what's your professional company follow the company rules how you will follow traffic rule is only when traffic is there and when you are there on the road. It will not help in at home or in the field. Company follow rule is an imposition of the company. But whether you follow it or you don't follow it, it is up to you. You are half the way correct. Just think. I'm making you think half the way you are correct. Think little more. What's your personal value? ठीक है भैया कंपनी 9:30 बजे से 6 बजे तक कंपनी का टाइमिंग है मैं आपका बॉस ही कंपनी होता है ना कंपनी आदमी नहीं होता बॉस ही कंपनी होता है ना मैं बता देता हूँ आपको भाई साहब कल से आप 10:30 बजे ऑफिस आ जाइए क्योंकि मैं 11 बजे आ जाऊंगा आप 10:30 बजे आ जाइए then you will do come at 10:30 ऐसा नहीं बोलना कंपनी में जो चल रहा है मैं कर रहा हूँ That's what you should not get confused. I am giving this example. What do you mean by that? Okay, I give you the properties. You can understand. This is the way you carry yourself in your chosen profession. Professions are different. Every profession has its own rules. Every profession has its own do's and don'ts. The way you carry yourself in your chosen profession. Means what is the underlying what is are you with the self-dignity or else sometimes you go to the customer I used to tell to my people never ever beg in front of the customer tell the customer I'm here to make a difference to you sir I am an expertise in this particular field spend me 10 minutes time I do the need analysis and I will bridge the gap in your financial planning so that you are complete can I have your half an hour 20 minutes, whatever is that, you prepare well, you probe, you ask the questions, and you go with such a dignity is one way. Another way, sir, आज month के last day sir, अगर आज मेरा target नहीं हुआ तो मेरा नौकरी निकल जाएगा सर, कुछ तो कीजिए सर, कम से कम 50,000 रुपए तो दे दीजिए. Both of you are working for the company, both of you are working for the target. But the most important thing is the way you carry yourself in your chosen profession. How are you dressed? I have seen many professors, the way they go to the college, I don't know how students can accept them. They're chappal, unshaved, they're so shabby, and they are UGC, scale, salary. Why? Because once you get a government employee, most of them today things might have slightly changed. How the student can respect? But the salary is highest. 1.5 lakh salary leta hai har mahina. But he doesn't. Why? Because he doesn't have professional values. Remember, all the personal values will be carried away in the professional value, but depending upon that profession, you will choose those things. Your practices in strengthening your self-dignity. Remember, there is something called as self-dignity. Then people will say, go and get sabji, go and get vegetables. Will you do? Company is asking you to do. Will you do? Remember, only those practices which strengthen your self-dignity and for the profile that you are working into. The moment you lose the self-dignity in the profession, you know, my dear friends, you start thinking, I will change my resume and I will update my resume. In my experience, I have never seen a guy quitting the company only for the sake of salary. Most of the times, it is because his self-dignity was affected. And the people without self-dignity, you do anything to them, they will not quit the company. And but company will not keep such people. Remember, you need to think, is self-dignity one of your personal value? Is a personal value. Self-dignity, one of your personal value. Morning I agreed to restaurant, just I gave you 100 rupees and he returned and I have paid 500 rupees. Just move. Instead of giving 400 rupees and to such a queue, I came back and others are not allowing queue. The queue is over here. Money I paid, I rushed at it. How much I gave, how much? Oh, nice. You know, for a minute he paused, he stood and said, thank you so much, sir. This person is 775 rupees he has lost. Now, if you think that Ramesh is great, no, I'm not great. My one mind also says, better take 400 rupees. But since it's my personal value not to take somebody's money, it doesn't permit me. Why I did that? Because if I take, I'll be in conflict, I'll be in guilt, and I will end up with the accident. Thinking that why I did that. Then I said, accident happened because I did. And people learn by such big price in the life. So better be cautious. So self-dignity, you understand what is self-dignity? As the child becomes third, fifth, sixth, eighth standard, you know, the boy grows, you know, if the father shouts at the son at the eighth standard, son will say, Papa, don't shout. You need to understand. If husband shouts at the wife, she says, here, not something else. But self-dignity gets affected, you start disrespecting the opposite person. So your practices in strengthening your self-dignity. One gentleman told me, in insurance, you only after death, actually it goes for some one of the big customer. I had been at the training just to assist the new manager. I told him only one thing. Can I talk one word? I'm sure that you will not do business after that. And anyway, I don't want business. I am deciding. Can I say, why can't you take today 1 crore sum assured and the policy get issued in? And I tell you the moment policy is being issued, the clause gets opened to his suicide. And please see whether 1 crore rupees will go to your wife or my family. Every time you die, are you sure that you will not die? Want to buy, spend time. Think the head weight, I can't accept. I am here to make a difference. Or if somebody takes you, your family, they will pay. You are adequately insured if something is wrong. Come to the family, not ask 100 to ask, don't know one of us state said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's not acceptable, sir. I have respect for you. I'm a professional. You are also a professional. What made me to speak like this? The way I carry in my profession. And can you believe? The 1 crore, you're such a gentleman. He said, Ramesh, I like the way you talk. Just tell me where I was. People love the courage. And you know, the sales manager was so happy. So remember, professional values. You have to carry yourself with a high dignity. Even if you are selling peanuts. Even if you are selling peanuts. Now, another important property is your concern to the stakeholders. Yes, you have to learn from many foreigners. Huh? One Spain gentleman, I'm Libra International Certified Facilitator, which is just credential, how to handle the audience from 10 to 10,000. He had come and the training when I was undergoing, he was of most of 70 years. The way he taught me without telling us, 8:30 in Gurgaon training was happening and traffic we got stuck and we rushed into the room at 8:25. This is gentlemen, this is not the way of attending class. Now you require 15 to calm down yourself. Not the way. And I know that we will not accept any. That's the reason. The only word was. And you know, he says, why I should use my internet and I should price my employer. they are giving free Wi-Fi here. So, struggling, the guy password from 12 years back. And he said, sir, why are you struggling so much? You have internet now. So why do I have to cost my employer? Anyway, company is paying the rent of this hotel accommodation. So why can't I make him reasonable? Beyond that, he wants to add so much of value for stakeholders without compromising in the comfort and the quality. Yet how I can be cost effective to my stakeholders. The concern, and that's how I view in my organization different hotels. And remember, this is a professional value. And remember, this concern is one of your personal value. You have a concern to everybody, and now you are applying it into the field of profession. That's the reason a mother will not waste the food. She's at the end of the day, if some rice is there, either she will use it next morning or she will try to make it a different variety at the night. Why? It's not that the money that matters. The concern for the food that it is there. The value. That's the reason in our culture, while taking the food, Annadata, Sukhi Bhava, and these are all what? These are the values. And remember, without these values, you can't grow, you can't develop, and your decision, why your decision, you do like this, because you know what is the pain and somebody doing. That's not the time I've paid the price for it. So, professional values, take care of it, just list it down. You should do, whether your boss is there or he is not there. He should know that my presence doesn't take the amount of respect you get, my dear friends, I give. You know, they look small in front of you. Why? Because sometimes they come late and hierarchy they are upper, but you don't cut sorry figure. You know, they'll not be able to stand in front of you. What makes it a character? And this character is the sum total of your convictions. And the convictions are when the values are being practiced over a period of time. People want to be happy. They don't know the secret how they can be happy. They go on talking on the values. I have asked this to so many people. They just talk values, values, values. Last but not the least, social values. Can somebody tell me what do you understand by social values? Ultimately, we have to land up here. Why personal values? Why professional values? Ultimately, it gets merged into the Manushya andre Samajika Prani. Manushya andre Sangha Jivi. Man is gregarious. Now, why social values? And I think this is more important than the first two values. The way I'm seeing, I travel a lot, you know, I see the just any prakara social values. ಇವತ್ತಾಗಿ ರೆಸಾರ್ಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರನ್ನು ನೀವು ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಜನ ಯಾವ ತರ ಬದುಕ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ ನಾನು ಅದೇ ತರ ಬದುಕ್ತೀನಿ ಆ ಗುಂಪಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬಳಾಗಿ ಒಂದ್ ರೆಸಾರ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ವಿ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಸಾರಿ if I haven't report to me very deep. Even for my wife, when she calls me, I said, your 2 minutes is over. I could not train her for a long time. Within 2 minutes, what you want to talk, talk. If you want to talk the way I have trained you, you talk. If you don't want to talk, 2 minutes is your time, you have cut up. You ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ ಚಂದಾದಾರರು ವ್ಯಾಪ್ತಿ ಪ್ರದೇಶದ ಆಚೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ You need to have a lot of guts to do this. This is one of the signs of the courage. Can you cut this? But last phone, yeah, now you can keep social value. See, otherwise you will not grow in the life. You will never grow in the life. Sir was telling me today, he didn't know. I had been to Hooghly previous day, and again from there I have travelled only for today's program, and again from here only I am catching the bus to Hooghly because tomorrow I need to be there. Sir was saying, you know, Sir was saying, Ramesh would have told, otherwise we have kept next month. I didn't even think of telling him why, because for me, my job is worship. It's not a job for me. I enjoy it. And I have come only for this. How much cost, how much travel, how much extra, how much comfort, how much convenience. No, as I told you, it's non-negotiable. It's non-compromising. There it's the matter. My dear youths, how you are ornament the important powers in the society. Please tell me what you understand by social values. Yes, sir.
Now, first of all, we need to
But if you are going to meet someone who is in emergency at a hospital, will you go and meet there, or you will attend some unknown stranger accident that happened? You don't mind. You don't mind if that patient is out. You be specific. When I asking you, you tell something what I can understand. I'm not trying to push you down. I'm trying to make it little sharp. And whenever anybody has to be sharpened, it's a pain. Just think of that pencil. Children, and happen if you are being put into that and you are being doing. It's so painful, na? Sometimes I appear to be very painful, but I try to make it sharp. You can write smart and have a better price. What do you understand by social values? I'll give a small input. Indian top institutions in the ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರುವಂತ graduate, postgraduate researchers talk all about good English, ideas, the way they speak, the way they stand, and you look, simple things are not in place for them. It's not that they are bad. They are not being exposed. And remember, everything can't be taught. If you ask me, I'm the first training person in my family. I'm the first person to stay in everything. So many things in my life I have done. I'm the first. So instead of complaining to my father, I said, "Thank you so much, Papa. Why? Because you have kept so many things for me to make a record." The attitude. If I look, what did he do? You did show me Bangalore when I was small. Today, my son, when he traveled by flight, he got to Delhi and came. And first time I boarded a flight when I was 32. Attitude. Learning is also an attitude, and it's a personal value. Have you ever thought that how I can be contributing individual to the society? Simply saying Jai Modi, simply saying Jai Bolo Bharat Mata Ki Jai slogans will not make the country. You need to be important to brick in that construction rather than talking or shouting the slogans with a due respect to that. Now, day before yesterday when I was traveling, there were 4 youths in the bus. And in the upper berth, it's a two-seater. Sleeper. 4 people are traveling, and all the 4 people are sitting instead of sleeping. I kept quiet till Tumkur, dinner over, and already 11:30, and still they are making galata, talking, laughing. Nowhere different from a donkey. Rather, it's an insult to the donkey. Now you tell me. They're all with laptop. They're all with. It was almost 12 o'clock. Finally, I had to give them a dose. Now the question is, social values means your practices in bringing harmony in the society. The traveling, who passengers have, how you should talk, what you should talk. And these guys will never get up in the morning. I have seen why, because they don't know what time to sleep. That cleaner will come bust. Jaladi, jaladi, jaladi. He has shouted 10 times, and by then Majestic will come. This fellow will go and shout, "Hey, jaladi, hey, because night time fellow has not slept. He slept at 2 or 3 o'clock, and morning he is shouting at that driver or attender saying that why he is shouting. Now, since you don't sleep for the right time, at the right time, you are not in a position to social well. Are you a harmony or a disharmony? Like, society means starting from home. If you are in harmony at home, you come with a smile before you start the office. If you are in disharmony at the home, see the way you close the door, the way you close the gate, the way you start your bike or the car, you just literally will drive so rash. Why? Because disharmony disturbs you. With whom you are disharmony with whom? With yourself. And you see the people in the restaurant at the wash basin, they'll close the hand, they'll wash their hands. They forget that they are in front of a wash basin in a restaurant and they behave as if they are in the bathroom. People are there, just sprinkle the water and person gets annoyed, and sometimes they don't even have a courtesy to say sorry. You see the conversation of the telephone in the bus, most of you watch. Other day I was traveling from Davangere to Bangalore in a Volvo bus, 5 hours journey. A gentleman, almost 5 o'clock it started, from 6 o'clock he is watching the video still Bangalore, and that light is reflecting the co-passenger. No sense. And sometimes even without earphone, putting the volume there, most of them are youths. And tomorrow you are going to What example you are taking in law? Whether you know or you don't, telephone is a mode of communication, not conversation. Communicate when you are in the public. When you are individual, you converse. You are alone in the car, you converse. Whenever somebody is there, value for somebody's time. I have seen people joining together after a long time they meet. The moment they occupy the car, all the four guys in their individual phones. Right? To come together to travel in the car. Why? Because most important, if you decide to be in harmony with the people and the value for the time you are spending with them. The second thing is the ownership attitude towards your society. I don't know how many of you, before you go to office, you put off the computers. You do, people will watch you. Huh? Switch off lights, fans. Have you locked properly? So many things. ಅದೇ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? For your house, you will not lock carefully. Later on, you will start pulling that lock also. Na? Sometimes it may come. So much of security for your property and for the nation's property. This is again a social value, mobile ringing. Not putting it silent after it rings. Getting ಬೆಂಕಿ ಹತ್ತದಾಗ ಬಾವಿ ತೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀರು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? This is all your value. I'm not trying to condemn anybody. You know how to prioritize the things. If at all, life is very short, my dear friends. You will not have the same energy for a long time. So think on this. This is an ownership attitude towards your service. I have seen sometimes when the company gives the laptop to the employees and while they are going, the laptop is in such a condition, the next guy will not be able to use that. And one fellow I had seen, he had put so much of kumkum, so much to ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪ ಕೊಡಿಸಿದಾನ ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಕಂಪನಿ why you have done all this to this one? If it's your personal, you do it, na? Simple reason. Whether it's a company owned car, whether it's a company owned laptop, any assets, Indians are great as an individual when it comes to the citizenship attitude. Just however number of years you go on comparing India with China or Japan or any other developed nation. Why? Because they work with the national. What does that mean? Unless you don't work with that national spirit. And it becomes only if you are being educated on the values. You respect your mother. Somebody has to tell you. Then today, why somebody should tell you Swachh Bharat? Why somebody should tell you take care of your country? Why somebody should tell? Other day, just I'm driving social values. A fellow from another car, he spitted gudka, that hit my tire and I could feel it. On the road, so many BBMP people morning are cleaning our dirt. We don't even have a basic value not to spoil the atmosphere. And these people are highly qualified. They are not educated, they are qualified. Academics and education is altogether different. ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಕ್ಷರರು ಓದು ಬರಹ ಬಲ್ಲವರೇ ವಿನಃ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಂತರಲ್ಲ. ವಿದ್ಯೆಗೂ ಮತ್ತು ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಬಹಳ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು ಅಣ್ಣಾ ಹಜಾರೆ is only 7th standard. But what a national spirit. It doesn't have qualification. Do you mean to say that he is not educated? He is highly educated. And there are so many people with such a higher qualifications, they don't have concern. When you don't have the professional value, you will cheat the organization that you are working. Cheating is what? You are paid for 8 hours, and out of 8 hours, 3 hours you spend on mobile for your personal things. But mobile for companies are different. One of the hotel management lady came to me. She happens to be a Maharashtrian and a very senior lady. Said, "Sir, I need a session for my employees." Please tell them when you come. They complained the moment 8 hours is open, they will ask for extra money overtime. Please communicate fun. They are not being paid for 8 hours. They are being paid for to deliver that amount of work in 8 hours of that specific day. When they don't deliver and the time gets extended, that productivity is least time they have spent. And just for this reason, she had invited me. Of course, the session was wonderful. I was my God's grace. So remember, since you don't do the work there, then you carry that work to home. And somebody says, we work on Sundays also. I don't believe in holidays. I said, whether you believe or you don't believe, people who work on all the 7 days are being proven that they don't work the rest of the 6 days. How can you say that? How you can say that? That day is rich. Apart from job, you have family, you have children, you have so many domestic responsibilities. And if you don't do on 1 week off day, on the rest of the days you will do that. Never ever question, I will not believe in this concept, or I will accept you calling me on a Sunday to the office, otherwise I will report. Let HR ask what to work all the 7 days, then I go to the labor court. And she said, no, you are talking all this. Why I was able to discuss with them all the things is putting my ideas in front of others when my personal values are attacked. It's one of my values again. Some people will say, Chandra, oh, Vivekananda puts this wonderful. Society is not bad because of the activity of the evil people, but because of the inactivity of the good people. All good people doing a little bit achaman in temple eating, they have left finished. Who has to take care of the nation? Who has to take care of the nation? Prepare yourself. The education is what? Look the world around. See what your passion is. Your passion and the society, where it fits, get entry into that, start working. That's full of joy. That's what I am doing. You need not be an IAS case or you need not be a sannyasi only to serve the nation. Just you are born in this country, it's more than enough for you the qualification. If a mother has 10 children, all the first 8 children are IAS officers and the last 2 are not. Does that mean that the first one IAS officer has more rights to serve the mother and the last one no? All have equal rights. Why? Because she has given the birth. So similarly, we are being born in the country. Each one of you should ask, what is that I can do to my country? And trust me, I have various examples. People who didn't get anything from the society, they are doing so much for the society. That's where Vivekananda says, so long millions of your brothers and sisters live in hunger and ignorance, I call upon each one of you as a traitor, being educated at the cost of others and paying not the least heed for their development. Now, you are being dropped in the society, most of them. It's not that you are intelligent or you are being brought. Now, Unnati has brought you, has upskilled you, they have empowered you, you have gone into the employment. Now you are one amongst the others. You know you can stand on your own feet. Now you need to think so many people have struggled for me to reach this particular state. Now what is that I can do back to society in my own capacity? Otherwise you come on, traitor, Vishwasa Ghataka, Vivekananda statement. So much from the society. For example, a small reason, I have traveled so much. Not great. I have grown. Today, some 50 youths will come. I have been given an opportunity. Let me not miss it. Not my opportunity. My opportunity to guide you. My opportunity to strengthen you. My opportunity to remove the knots wherever a youth has a clutter so that you will start working better. So that you will start prospering. And if you start doing like this, God is so much pleased. Why? Because to please the Father, you need not do anything. To serve the children of that father. ಒಬ್ಬ ತಂದೆ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅಪ್ಪನ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ತಂದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ನೀವು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ತಂದೆ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವೋ? ಹಾಗೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ತಂದೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾನು ಅವನನ್ನ ತೃಪ್ತಿ ಪಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. So look, social values don't have, you're not a human beings at all. And the most important thing is the ownership attitude. Ownership attitude, man, this nation is mine. On the street, this girl, if somebody is doing wrong, she is mine, my family. She is my sister. She is my mother. How somebody can touch her? Ownership attitude brings miraculous, because the courage that comes, and you will be loved by the more others love us. You see celebrities suicide, big people. Why? Because billions of people like them on the screen and somewhere. Since they don't love themselves by the values and they don't love the society, they suicide. Any person who does a difference to the society always wants to live as long as possible. Why? Because he thinks that I am worshipping the society. That's how life becomes blissful. If at all you want to call ourselves as human beings, in absence of the social value, nothing can happen. If I don't know who has designed this program, Unnati, my salutations to him. He has done something, a vision. With some vision he has done to the country. And remember, serving the nation is serving the people of the nation in strengthening them, and each becomes strong, the nation becomes strong. Last, once again I am coming, what are values? Don't get confused, now I am talking of another value. Are you able to see this pen? Can you tell me a value of this pen? No, you cannot say set of beliefs which guide and which shape us. What value I am talking now? I am talking the financial value. What can be the value of this pen? Anybody, any idea what pen is this? The ink pen ball pen. This is a pen which I have here. This is Mont Blanc pen. I paid 37,800 rupees 7 years back. Okay? And if anybody asks just a pen to sign, I will not give this pen. Why? Because I value it more. Understand? I value it more. Now you may ask, पागल है क्या sir? इतना पैसा क्यों? My life. You park tomorrow a helicopter in front of your house, na? Who stops? I felt so many people who are being employed by somebody else and empowered by the power, they sign the check. I write so much where Vivekananda has empowered me, and all the writings of Vivekananda I should write by this. I just went and it's available at only one outlet in UB City. And the refill itself is 1,500 rupees. I have changed it 4 or 5 times. Just buying is not important. So, don't think that this can be a guide for you. What you want, what you want, you pursue. Now the second most important is nobody will pay this price for this pen. The second most important hidden value is how this pen writes. If it doesn't write, will anybody pay the price? No. If the look is not like a pen, will anybody buy? And what material it is made up of? Trust me, sometimes I forget after a year if I start writing this pen. And it is altogether different. When I showed to some of my colleagues in my employment, sir, only sir, I just sign it. By my pen, you cannot sign. Just sir, I want to see. Then they will say, oh, sir, something is different. So remember, every graduate will not be paid the same salary. Just sir, he is also BSc, he is also BSc. Why he is being paid 10 lakhs and why he is being paid 10,000? Value. For value, you are being valued, not for the certificate. Remember, the second is most important. The first one is equally important, financial, and the second one is also equally important. Now, the most importantly, most of the students want to become doctor. I think you also would have shared in 7th and 8th standard what you will become? Doctor. If not, engineer. If not, so many things are there. Okay? Why you want to become a doctor? No other reason. In 90% of the cases, just income and position. Doctor. But you will become successful in the life only if you have a service attitude. Most important thing is the expertise in your field. If that doctor is available in Jammu Kashmir, you will go. That's the reason in some of the remote locations I have seen doctors, no bus, nothing, somewhere some Ayurvedic therapy, but the treatment is 100%. I met a wonderful doctor in Kumta. His unique way is, as the child is in the womb of the mother for 9 months, he has created an atmosphere. Me and one of my Ramakrishna Ashrama Swamiji we went. He has created a construction of 3 feet wall that becomes 9 feet. You have to go inside. Trust me, you will not see anything, and you have to be there. Depending upon your capacity, it's just like one more rebirth to you. What an experiment he has done. Why? Because the amount of expertise here, he says, sir, there are no people to attest to my. And somebody has lodged the case. I am facing a criminal issue. It is non-scientific. But how they can say it is non-scientific? There is nothing in the records. And remember, this expertise is the value. Why you will study? A teacher, stop studying. You will stop going deep in the chosen field, upgrading yourself, growing. It's a value. Now also I buy so much books and read means nothing great. Constantly upgrade, because there is no end for learning. You do that only your value. And if you are a doctor, you will not be successful. If you are a doctor of expertise, nobody will ask you a certificate or gold medal, but you will be completely. And the most important thing is the character. You go to the doctor and you have a knee problem, and doctor says, get these reports and you will see sputum. Sir, your own leg, why sputum, sir? Because his brother-in-law has kept a lab, a diagnostic center. You find this in various cases. And you will come out and you will waste that 500 rupees and you will go to some other doctor. Remember, it's your character which makes all the difference. And nothing but they are nothing but your values. Anywhere you will see, my dear friends, the second aspect is very, very important. Now, there is a price, whether it's a personal value, professional value, and the social value. There is a price. How I can make these values mine? How I can, it's not that you are bad, you are indisciplined. Why? Because you didn't practice. It's not that by birth I am disciplined. Discipline doesn't come by birth. Discipline comes once you accept it as a value and once you start practicing it over a period of time. And what is the price? The great statement of Swami Vivekananda. Struggle is the greatest lesson. What is the price? Struggle. Mind you, the great benefit in this life is struggle. It is through that we pass. If there is any road to heaven, it is through hell. When the individual has wrestled with the circumstances and has struggled forward again and again and yet again, then the soul comes out as a giant. Whenever anybody asked Swami Vivekananda, there was only one statement. He said, 10 years back, my message was struggle. Today, my message is struggle. 10 years hence, my message is struggle. Struggle for what? ಹೋರಾಟ 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 ಯಾತಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಹೋರಾಟ ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಹೋರಾಡಬೇಕು ಹಿಂದೂ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಜೊತೆನಾ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನ ಜೊತೆನಾ ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಹೋರಾಟ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಒಳಗಡೆ tomorrow you decide to get up at 5 o'clock because you want to value your health and I promise you you will fail to it. Why? You fail in that struggle. What time you get up is the outcome. The input is what time you are sleeping. The input determines the output. What time you are sleeping. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಆದರ್ಶ, ಒಂದು ಮೌಲ್ಯ. So for example, you decided from today onwards you will respect every woman in this country without any vulgarity. You decide today. Being a youngster, looking a woman with highest reverence is a tapas. But you decided today to do. What needs to be done is unless you don't practice it, you can't succeed. Nobody has overcome the temptations just by the grace of somebody. It's by the where Shri Krishna tells for Arjuna, Satata Abhyasa Mattu Anasakti, constant practice and detachment. Of what? Of those things which are taking you off the goal. So, ಈ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಕೋನದಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ values. It's not easy, my dear friends. I promise it's not easy. ಈ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾತ್ಪರ್ಯ ಈ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋರಾಟವೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಲಾಭ. ಈ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋರಾಟವೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪಾಠ. ನಮಗೆ ಇರುವ ಮಾರ್ಗೋಪಾಯವೇ ಹೋರಾಟ. ಸ್ವರ್ಗಕ್ಕೆ ದಾರಿಯೊಂದಿದ್ದರೆ ಅದು ನರಕದ ಮೂಲಕವೇ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಆದರ್ಶಗಳ ಸಿದ್ಧಿಗೂ ಇದೇ ಕ್ರಮ. ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯೊಬ್ಬನು ಆದರ್ಶಗಳನ್ನು ಸಿದ್ಧಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವ ಯತ್ನದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿಸರ ಮತ್ತು ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶಗಳೊಡನೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಹೋರಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ, ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಸೆಣಸಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಮುಗ್ಗರಿಸಿ ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ ಮೆಲ್ಲನೆ ಮೇಲೆದ್ದು ಮುನ್ನುಗ್ಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಪುನಃ ಪುನಃ ಹೋರಾಡಿ ಹೆಣಗಾಡಿ ಸೆಣಸಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯು ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಕೊನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಚಂಡ ಚೇತನನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಕಟನಾಗುತ್ತಾನೆ. ನಂದು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ, ಕನ್ನಡ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ನನ್ನ ಆರಾಧ್ಯ ಗುರು ಪರಮ ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮಾನಂದಜಿ ಅಂತ one day he asked me, what's your mother tongue? Kannada. So bad. And I was egoistic, superior in my surroundings. The day he said that, the people asked me, sir, are you Kannada MA Kannada, I mean, no Kannada. How your Kannada can be like this? I thought learning is one of the values. Then I decided, okay, what I had. To do this, I was struggling so much. Now all of you want to be successful. Look here so beautifully. What he says is, struggle is the greatest lesson. If at all we want to go for heaven, the route is through the hell. Means what? Heaven, if you take it as a success, the route is struggle because it's pain. That's the reason he calls struggle as hell. Getting up at 5 o'clock is a hell. But through that hell only, you will get this beautiful physical fitness, heaven. And he says it will not happen in overnight. You will walk, you will fall. Remember, you learned bicycle, correct? ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಮೊಳಕಾಲು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಕಪ್ಪು ಕಲೆ ಇದೆ you have followed many times but you didn't stop there. Now you can cycle the bicycle without holding the handles. So similarly new value, see how our machines have guided us. The moment you take this, it will help you that value will not come with adequate hardship and the only price is struggle. With whom you have to struggle? Within you. You get angry. Now you have to overcome that. What you have to do that? If I get angry by looking at him, I can avoid him. But how long I can avoid such people? So problem is not with him, problem is within you. How you can. So like that, any value you go on conquering like this, you will be ultimately great. Now, let us, last but not the least, we'll see what is the value of the values. Why we have to value the values? Dear friends, my session is towards the end. I'll ask you a simple question. You decide. Now, what you have to decide? Do you wish to be a person of values or valuables? At the end of the day, once a story I heard. Master Hiranyaya was giving a talk on taking alcohol is to health. Okay, he is a great dramatist, theatre person, with due respect to him. Now, what happened? He just, in between 10 minutes, he went inside. And again he came back. Somebody asked, so again the talk on drinking alcohol is curious. What will you do inside? That came back. Then what they are practicing and what you are saying is opposite. No. I need to get inspiration to talk that. Now, for that I have gone to take it as a medicine, not as a treatment. You understand? All we have talked till now, but when it comes to practice, doctor says don't smoke, and he himself will be smoking. So values, to live them, it's not an easy thing. By such examples, we need to understand saying is easy, practicing is very difficult. Such examples, you need to understand. You need to have great conviction to practice these values, not for others' sake. Nobody is going to give you a gold medal throughout the life you are a non-user or a non-smoker. Other than strike is going on and the government state, if they stop liquor, the Karnataka state, a lot of tax they are going to not earn. That's not the question. Your values are meant for you. And if you decide what values you have, what values you need to have, see the gap, and for that you have to decide. Valuables are important and values are significant. But what you want, if you want both, you want to be rich, at the same time you want to be simple. Both the things will not go together. You decide what you want. A person worth of $1 billion may still be worthless. A person worth of billions of dollars may be worthless. Which what does it mean? Because values are more valuable than valuables, as they alone give us lasting fame, respect, peace, and joy in life. Now you ask, what is it you want in the life? You want fame. Most of you want fame, correct? You want to be recognized. The second thing is, you will want people to respect you. Everybody, if I ask Amma what you want, she says, I want only one thing, peace of mind. So enough of life you have seen, what do you want from? And remember, peace of mind will not come only at the end of the life. Apart from that, You want joy. There is something called the pleasure and there is something called as a joy. For pleasure, you require an external factor. It's pleasure talking to you. Pleasure to have a coffee. Correct? For a joy, you don't require. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬದುಕುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರಿಗೆ ಅಮೆರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನೀವು ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಾಧುವಾಗಿ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ನಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಲ್ವಾ, ಈಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು ನೀವು. ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಜೋರು ಮುಖ ಗಂಟು ಮುಖ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅಮೃತಸ್ಯ ಪುತ್ರ ನಾನು, ಆನಂದ ಸ್ವರೂಪಿ ನಾನು, ಆನಂದವಾಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು, ಕೆಟ್ಟ ಮುಖ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಯಾಕೆ ಇರಬೇಕು? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ವಿವೇಕಾನಂದರನ್ನ ನೀವು ಅಭ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಯ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾ. ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಮಕೃಷ್ಣ ಆಶ್ರಮ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇತರ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ವೇರಿಯೇಷನ್. ಹೌ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಸೋ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಸೋ ಮಿಂಗ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ. For with the youth, how they will be. You have to see just because joy. Ultimately, everyone wants that, and you will never get joy. Like joy has to be found within. Pleasure, you require something to decide if you want these things. Values are so important. Remember, a person may be applauded for his skills. You see, in gymnastics, so many gymnastics. People train, people do drumsticks, people jump. So many gymnastics are there. They are the skills. But would be respected truly for his character or values? Will anybody make a wrong statement on Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam? Does that mean that because he was the President of India, they will not make a statement? If that is the case, why so many other presidents, they have so many remarks which can stain their personality? It's not the power, it's not the position, it's not your academics. Finally, the values or your character. Remember, in each one of you, there is a Mahatma. Popularity and greatness very rarely goes together. Like Kalam, like Sir M. Vishwesvaraya. There are so many popular people, our celebrities, but are they great? There are so many uncountable great people, they are not popular. Your grandfather may be a great person, but he is not famous. What is important in the life is the values will take us to the greatness. And greatness is what you will have a concern with down in the world. How we have to live in this world. When I came and when I am living, whether it's a workplace or anywhere, when I came and when I am living, things should be better than what when I came. If you spoil, then you have to ask a question, what is the life that you led? And all this difference you can achieve in any field. Academics qualification is nothing to do that. Even to the extent you may know only ability to read and write, but yet you can be great, and this greatness. What education she had? We know to chop the trees. Just think, there are so in this country. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಳ್ಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. To become great, don't require academics, you require the values. Academics to develop our ability to read and write and to manipulate the world, but that alone will not take you to the greater heights. And ultimately, everybody wants joy. There are actually only two possibilities. You can be honest or you can be dishonest. But I found there is something in between that is called as semi-honest, which is situational. Now you try to meet any minister, I promise you, you can't meet them. But during election time, just you come, they will come with flowers, they will come with a basket of fruits to meet you. Nothing has happened to you, still they will come to your home. You are so honest, situational. If you are in the center, it would be a huge price in your life and your energy gets spread away. So you decide, do you like to be honest or do you like to be dishonest? Life is full of choices. If you choose to be dishonest, I cannot say all the best. You can live like Mirapur and shortcut one day. Or you can be honest. But both have price. Dishonest, there is no price. But the longevity of the purpose in the life, not guaranteed. If you are honest, you will live like a lion. CC cameras are more and more. People argue with me saying that from security point of view, to a certain extent, yes. But even in an individual cabin where alone, he is working there also. There are CC cameras to see how many hours he is sitting inside and from different angles what is he doing in the laptop. So please be careful what you want and you choose what you and everything has a price and as per the price. If at all I have to buy this pen, I have to pay this particular price. Even 3 rupees a pen also buy. There is a train. There is a first class compartment. It's better. Many times it is better than our bedroom. And by chance, if opposite berth is naked, you are traveling. What a joy! Huh? You can hang your shirts. You can have a bath. You can sleep comfortably. Music, everything. And in the same train, there is something called the general compartment, and just you go. You cannot stand. Somebody will put their feet on your feet. Everybody is in the same train, and the journey is same. But what makes it is the quality of your journey. And to travel in the first class, 3 years is paying 15 or 20 times more than the price. You pay the price here. The price is not cash price. The statement, I saw the angel in the marble and carved until I set him free, says the most renowned Michelangelo, who is an Italian sculptor. When somebody felicitated him, he said, no, I am not a great sculptor. Why? ಭಗವಂತ ಮೂರ್ತಿಯನ್ನ ಅದಾಗಲೇ ಆ ಕಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. I'm not a great sculptor. It is not that me who has brought the idol. It was already there. The angel was already there. What I did, I just chiseled all the things which were other than that idol. So the angel came out. So I am not the great sculptor. He is the great sculptor. Now what I am trying to say is here, Vivekananda says, man the maker of his own destiny. In case of a stone, ಶಿಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ಶಿಲ್ಪಿ ಇಬ್ಬರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿಲೆಯೂ ನೀನೆ, ಶಿಲ್ಪಿಯೂ ನೀನೆ, and you have to choose. And this question is the values. You have to introspect. You have to see what are your needs, what are your strengths, how you can strengthen your strength, and how you can weaken your weakness. Thereby, you accomplish what you want in this life. And remember, this learning never ends. Whatever I know today, tomorrow I am sure that yesterday I was inferior in learning and I am seeing experience in this for last 30 years. So keep learning and don't blame anybody. You are the leader of your destiny. That's how a Chaiwala has become a prime minister. Nobody else has made him. That's how a fisherman's son, Abdul Kalam, became the people's president, the first citizen of the country. These examples are there in front of us. For this, Vivekananda says, you may have faith in 330 million mythological gods and goddesses. Yet you are the unless and until you don't have faith in yourself. Have faith in yourself. Give these values. Why? Because these values will help you to grow, develop, and will be strong in making the decision. I come to the end of my slide. Let us commit ourselves to live for higher values and the purposes so that we can take India to the greater heights. We say we love India, and loving India is not a statement. Each one of us need to be a brick in the building called India, and not each individual, only the bricks which has a strength. And which are these bricks with the strength? Are only those citizens who live their values. Without values, you can't be a citizen. I promise you. You will be just a people of the nation. You will not be the citizen. The very meaning of the citizen is responsibility. And youths, if you take up this, you will never ever look forward for an easy life or somebody's 1 rupee as a beggar. You will become a donor to this society instead of you becoming the receiver. Society has poured so much on each one of you. Decide today, I am going to achieve something in my life which will serve the fellow citizen. At any job, there is nothing like good job and bad job. There is nothing like good work and bad work. Even sweeping also, if you do neatly, it is a contribution to society. So from this particular angle, I take this opportunity to thank my great friend Gokul Muthu, and there are so many people whom I don't know, Unnati people who have invited me here, and I am sure this Unnati has a vision to strengthen the nation, just not by upskilling you and getting you an employment, but making you a wonderful, responsible citizens of the country in whichever field you are working. I wish each one of you all the best in your career and life. And last but not the least, always have three things in your mind. It's your personal values, which will help you for the professional values. And if it doesn't take shape into the social values, we become the traitor of this country. May all of you be a great child for your mother and my motherland called India is my wish. Thank you one and all. Jai Ram. I'm blessed, Amma, if a senior mother like you sitting and participating, not just sitting, participating in class. I feel blessed because in my struggle, if somebody says that what you are doing is meaningful and worthwhile, I'm blessed. Why? Because everybody cannot understand. And Vivekananda has given a wonderful tablet to me in the form of his reading. He says, higher truths are not for everyone. Thank you. Higher truths are not for everyone. And you are the blessed those souls heard these higher truths. Make them yours. Bye. No, don't track it. Thank you so much.
Dear friends, I would like to personally thank First Mr. Ramesh for being with us here today and enlightening all of us in these aspects. As an organization, we always differentiate unity because true values is what we want to deliver success to the youth. So at every step, we always look at values. Every aspect of management, we have looked at value systems and we want to walk the talk each time on each aspect of it. So today's lecture was, I wouldn't say lecture, it's an experience. Like we all are living a journey. We have lived a journey beautifully for the decades and with that struggle, that journey which he has gone through, which he has shared with us. So this sharing of that journey is humble what he has simply so easy, so easy. If his journey and his talk today has made you think, started making you think, believe me, you will in the next few years. Because you would have started a journey of your own. You would have started your own journey, your own struggle. And conviction what he talked about. Adherence. Because he mentioned, kept mentioning run. Not about run. Not about that. The point was on a Friday, I will not eat at any cost. That is what is that strict adherence to values. This strict adherence to value system will come only when you are in the journey. If you are not in the journey, that strict adherence will never come. Because each time you are in the journey, you will fall. You will fall. Today, a friend of yours comes and tells you to do something, you will do it. The wrong will be done. 2 days later, you will feel guilty. I should not do that. Next time I will not do. Again, after 1 month, some other friend comes, you will fall. Falling is good enough. But each time, if you think of that strict adherence to that value system, you will keep changing 0.00001. Again 0.0000. That is what is actually taught and told us. I really sincerely wish that a lot of you think about it. This will be live, this was live, and this will be on YouTube. All of you could share it with your friends tell them to go to and start living life, because what he talked about in the last was the most important. He talked of not just your mother, but the land. And I strongly believe that our motherland is much more important than our own mother. That is what Bharatiya taught. Sacrifice you should do for the motherland to be any number of times more than what you could do for the mother. That should be the spirit, because that's such great is the motherland. So that's something which is touched more and we all look forward to it, because you all in the future, we respect you all for that. All the best, and we will extremely thank you for having come, and Gokul and Karthik for having started something like this as a series. We will continue this. Let's see where we go.